Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. Those of you who are going to join us later on, you're also welcome to this show. See ya, guys. It is episode 3, yeah, of this very new show, and of which I'm very happy presenting this show to you guys for the third episode. We're just coming back from the internationals. See ya, guys. It's episode 3 of the Premier League Talk Factory, and definitely with me down here, of course, the first person on my screen down my right, not a person than Lounge Tech TV. Lounge Tech, man, talk to these people. How you doing, man?
Yeah, all good, Tony, man. Glad to be back. Get me? I know, like, I took a break from the live stream and just been watching you lot streams, really, fam. Just taking the back seat, so you know what I mean? I've just been chilling in the background, but it's good to be back, man. Definitely, man.
Good to be back. Good to be back. See ya, guys. No other person, yeah, than Andy Bell, Newcastle fan, but he's always neutral when it comes to Gooner Talk and the Premiership itself. So definitely, man, Andy Bell, you're welcome to the show. How you doing? Talk to these people, man. I know you've been busy,
Oh, good,
with the
mate.
kids and all that.
I thought I was all primed for getting ready, and then the laptop decided to play up. It's the first time I've ever tried to use it. It's typical man thing. I've been running around last minute trying to get it sorted. I bought a microphone and everything, and I can't get it to work. So yeah, it was all in good. What to say? That the idea was good, but the execution was pretty poor. But
good intention.
I hope everyone's good in the chat and everyone on the panel as well.
Definitely, you're welcome to the show. See ya, guys. No other person, yeah. This guy, great guy, man. It's a honor to always have him on this show. Definitely, no other person than Matt from BOT Podcast. Yeah, I don't want to start calling that name, but it is Back of the Net Podcast. Yeah,
Yes.
No other person than Matt. Matt, talk to these people, man. How you doing, man? And it's nice to have you here. I think 2 weeks ago we didn't have you, but.
I messaged you in the group, had a bit of drama at work, but listen, I'm here, you know what I mean? But good week for it. International breaks are done. I don't know about you lot, but I was struggling through that. I even paid to go and watch England Brazil, regretfully.
God.
I know. But we're here. Premier League's back. I'm sure Andy's excited as well, minus the Newcastle news, which I'm sure we're going to get into. But yeah, happy to be here.
Man, see ya, guys.
Big news this morning.
Just before we start this Manchester City Arsenal onslaught, yeah, because see, blood is gonna flow here today. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it because we've been seeing the antics. We've been seeing the mind games. John Stones falling off. Diaz. Come on, man. Bernardo Silva withdrawn from a game. We see the handwriting on the wall. We're going to talk about all these things, yeah. Of course, Newcastle match up with West Ham. Crunch matches, yeah, this weekend, definitely. Manchester United going against Brentford at the VTech Stadium. These are big matches, yeah. But none of these matches trumps the Manchester City versus Arsenal top of the table clash. We'll be talking all about that. But let's digress just a little bit before we go into that. The internationals, guys, yeah. Which teams stood out for you guys individually, and of course, just let us know what you think about the internationals and which teams really just made their mark for you guys individually. Shout out to Arsenal History and more. He says, "Evening panel, that's Jezza. Good evening, man. Jezza, how you doing? I hope you're bumping up for that matchup on Sunday. Big up Jezza all the time. Football Bants, right-hand man. How you doing, my brother, man? Hope you're okay. Can't wait for our show tomorrow." See ya, Lounge Tech. Take us through it, man. What do you think?
Sorry, my mic sounds really quiet, so if you're speaking to me there, Tony, you'll have to be a little bit louder for me.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking
sure. Lounge Tech will start it up.
Yeah. International football for me, man. Honestly, it bores the life out of me. Unless it's like the World Cup or the Euros, man, it just kills me, man. But from what I saw, I'll say the standout team was probably, I'd say Germany or Brazil. Like out of the teams that I saw, because I saw Germany whack up France, and I was like, whoa, that's a good France team as well on that. And your boy Havertz scored again as well, so it made it even better. You know what I mean? But the worst team that I watched was obviously England. Like Southgate does my head in, man. He just Honestly, man. The less said about him, the better, man. Because he balls the life out of me, bro. You get me? Look at the squad we have, and then we're playing that putrid football. You know what I mean? So
That's the
it
word.
is what it is, man. Putrid, bro.
But see, yeah, guys, yeah, England. How can we have lots of generational players, yeah, in that team? To be very sincere with you, generational players in that team. How can we have all this wealth, yeah, of amazing crop of players down there, and we're struggling to beat this shitty-looking Brazilian team? I don't understand this. Like, we should
You've
be
got a guy
blitzing
that kind
this
of picks his
Brazilian
nose. Never
team
mind a
with
football team,
goals.
Tony.
See, the arrangement doesn't look good. The players aren't looking motivated for the show. Like, it's not looking good. Bad tactics, wrong understanding and reading of the game. Like, I don't know. Is it because maybe we've qualified and everything is looking a little bit drab, and maybe more of these team players are actually showing more of their loyalty to their club sides rather than just lacing it up for England? Like, what do you guys think about this? Andrew Bell.
Well, the Walker one for me is he's had to burst into a sprint against one of the quickest players there is. So if he's felt something, I can totally understand him with a big game coming. Not taking a risk. I totally get that. I think Kyle Walker will probably be on the bench for that game. I don't think he's really ruptured his hamstring. I think he's just tweaked it. I mean, it's totally understandable. It's a meaningless game. These two games were never going to be about the results. It was going to be about him having a look at a couple of other players like Bowen, like Watkins, like Tony, like Gordon. And the performance was the important thing for me. And other than a couple of players in the first game, you could say it was a massive letdown. I mean, when Bellingham and Foden start passing the ball around each other, it's so obvious that they're so ahead of everybody else. I don't know about you guys, but when them two start playing around each other, them two are just capable of seeing things that nobody else in our team. Maybe Harry Kane might be able to read what they're doing when he comes back into it. But I mean, Man City's been really unlucky. Yeah, let's be honest. Got Ruben Diaz, they've got Bernardo Silva, Walker, Stones, a few players out. This is why I totally agree. What is the point in these friendlies? Have them at the end of
Oh,
the season.
Andy, don't tell me you believe those mind games. These are mentality monsters. Do you want
No,
to
I
tell me
don't
you
think it's mind
believe that
games. I just think
charade,
it's play.
that these guys are injured, that Walker is injured, that Diaz is injured? Yeah,
Do you think
come on,
Arteta's
man. You're
bothered?
better than come on, man. You're better than this, man. These guys are injured, man. I know we'll still get into that topic, but bro, I ain't buying
Do you
it.
think
I ain't
Arteta's
buying it.
bothered,
These
Tony?
guys aren't injured.
Do you think Arteta would be bothered? Because I see you'd be prepared for a team that's got Stones and Walker in. So if they are coming in and he's trying to play mind games, then what difference does it make to Arteta? Arteta will have a plan for certain players, and he'll have a plan without certain players because of obviously the obvious fact that they came off in the games. But I don't think it's anything to do with mind games. I just think it's two players that thought best come off. I don't want to risk missing the biggest game of the season.
So wait, are you telling me this is coincidence, yeah? That Walker, after a couple of minutes, just jumps out of a game, yeah? Thrown out of the game, yeah? Diaz not playing for Portugal in the second game. Bernardo Silva, boom, disappeared, yeah? No one's seen him in the second game for Portugal. Come on, man. Bro, we're not donuts down here, yeah?
Pep's got nothing to do with Portugal, has he?
But come on, it could be in clear instructions from him. Get out from that second game. Don't injure yourselves. Just get out of the game. It's mind game over. See, I've seen this before. Manchester City are mentality monsters. This is what they do. They have the experience to pull this kind of tricks up, and it doesn't matter if it's in an international. After all, most of the injuries they're getting these days is from international games.
So one thing, Tony, can I ask you one question? Do you think De Bruyne is injured?
Oh my days! Wait, you guys have totally sunk into this. These guys ain't injured. They're not injured. They're not injured. Are you guys
I
serious?
don't know, bro.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's hear from Back of the Net podcast. Let's hear from Mark first. Then we'll turn this into a big brother argument. Yeah, since we want to get into this Manchester City charade, we're gonna get into it. But let's hear what you thought about the internationals first. Then we will delve into this and have a broader discussion about it. And of course, Bella, I'd like to hear from you more. But of course, yeah, Matty, take us through your best international games for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think Germany have kind of made people stand up and think they're kind of a bit of favourites for this competition. I think, before the international break, we just saw England, France. I know there was no third team, maybe a Portugal, but I think what Nagelsmann did with Germany, bro, I put that game on. I remember I literally clicked it. The ball hit net. I went, what? What's going on? Like the goal? It was mad. And I think what he's done there in terms of the Havertz, Wirtz, and Musiala, let's not forget in Euros, it's a smaller type competition than the World Cup in terms of the team. So all you need to do is score goals, and that's what I want to see from England. So if you've got a team that can attack and score goals, more than likely you get into the semi-finals minimum. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw them play, I thought Havertz is looking good, more confidence. Musiala's been on form. The defense looks good, and they are dark horses for me. One of the biggest disappointments, I will say, are the Netherlands. I think the Netherlands are going to go out so fast in these Euros. We're going to be like, oh, look. Because I feel like with them, since that golden generation they had, or whatever generation that was, they haven't really done anything. I know there's that World Cup where Gakpo scored a couple of goals and everyone got a bit gassed, and then he comes to the Premier League. But there's not much there. Like when you look at Netherlands, like back in the day, at least they had like a Robin or a Schneider or a Van Persie up top. You know what I mean? They don't
Van Roy to get them over the line.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? They're missing like a proper X factor now. Like if I said to you, name their 3 best players now, would all be sitting there going Gakpo, Depay, who else? You know what I'm saying?
And Gakpo ain't even that great.
These are weird players. These are weird players.
You see what I'm saying?
And they've just lost Botman.
Yes, exactly. But who's injured? But yeah, Botman would go. But again, it's just it's a weird one. But I do want to give someone else credit. I want to give Brazil credit though, because I went to that game at Wembley, and as much as England disappointed me, this is a Brazil team where we're seeing random players, but they performed very well. They did. There were defenders in that team. Barral, whatever his name is, Barral T or whatever, he was phenomenal. I remember saying, how's the ball hitting his head all the time? He's always in the right position, and I feel like they're blending a good team. And that industry plant, Hendrick, I don't know about you lot, but the way man is 17, collar up, shirt tucked in, and he's banging goals, I'm looking at him like, who are you? Like, are you actually 17? Because the way they're giving him this PR thing, it's like it's been around for so long. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, they're looking good. It's going to take a while till they get to that stage, but yeah, they're looking all right. I'm sure we're going to get into England, so I'm going to hold back on that until we get into the England. But I've got a lot to say England, unless you want me to start now.
But you see, guys, I'm not even buying this Brazil thing. That team still looks that team still look a little bit drab. Spain put 3 goals at the back of the net. Against Brazil, they're not really looking good. And I really did feel that if England actually had the motivation and maybe Southgate was a little bit, tactical about his approach in that game, I do think England had the capabilities to actually just kill that game and beat Brazil, because defensively they're not looking that good. It's not tidy. The defense isn't really looking tidy. Hendrick, I know was a standout character, but you know he's still developing his game. You know he hasn't reached that peak yet. It's not peak down there from Hendrick. I'm not buying this Brazilian stuff too, man.
They're missing a lot of players though. Same as England. They were missing players.
They have got a lot of
Linton was missing.
Now that's not their best team by far. It's not. They're missing bad players as well, to be fair.
Okay, but again, who are they missing now?
So you're looking at Thiago Silva, probably still start for Brazil.
Probably.
Martinelli.
Joe Linton, that's 2.
He plays.
Martinelli.
I'm not going to even include Jesus.
Come on, man. Martinelli has always been injured. That Brazilian team, it's not really like his...
Marquinhos. Marquinhos.
Gabriel didn't start, did he?
Gabriel,
He did.
no.
Sorry.
Nah.
Gabriel. They're looking all right, man. I think, you know what it is? I feel like we need to get away from, remember, we all grew up in them generations, you know, them Spanish and the Brazilians and the French. Like, we remember.
We were spoiled.
Yeah, this is the thing. So when we look at
Totally
Brazil now, I'm like,
spoiled.
what's this Brazil team? But listen, in 10 to 15 years' time, we could be looking at this team because they've still got other youngsters, Brazil. They've still got this Andre guy who's good. There's another guy that they rate higher than Endrick, William Estavio, I think his name is, playing for Palmeiras.
Yeah.
So there are players that Brazil have got coming through. I feel like a lot of the nations are good. I feel the problem with us, England, that manager is just lost, man. I can't remember which one of you guys spoke about Southgate. There was someone, but you're right.
No, me.
It was you, yeah. I knew it was someone,
Yeah.
but like, can I just say something? When Southgate, what frustrates me the most, right? You have two friendlies. You called up players that I like. Jared Brantwaite. I think he's going to go down as one of our better defenders, like, into the future. Now, how are you not playing this guy in one of the friendlies starting? You're doing. What's it? You're playing Rice twice, putting him. All right, the captain thing. Take him off at half time, running the guy into the ground 2 games.
Exactly.
This is it the last friendly before the Euros? I'm not sure if I'm wrong. Correct me, please. I think they might have maybe have a warm up one before the actual Euros. But these are the games where you try different players. Like, you bring on Lewis Dunk. The man mashed you up against Brazil, and then he mashed you up. You're like, bro, like, seriously. And it's so frustrating because Brantford must be like, why am I there? You know what I mean? Kobe, I want to see these players, because if you go and lose to Brazil 1-0 and you play these players, no one's going to complain, because we're like, oh, do you know what? We can see what the only thing that was good was the kit. That new kit, I like that. That's the only thing that I was liking for that game. You know
that new kit.
But you know the mad thing is, did you hear that Southgate went to Ajax to watch Henderson? Henderson, you know what I mean? When he could have went to Italy and watched Tomori and say that Tomori,
but wait, yeah. England is sitting. We're sitting around this wealth of players, yeah. And this goofball is out there and Ajax, yeah, scouting Henderson. How does that make sense? And that's why I feel he's not credible for this job. That's why I feel like he can't take England to the he's not just the guy for that job, man. I'm sorry, it's not just that guy. His tactics is not just working. He runs players to the ground, doesn't know when to make substitutions. His selection, it still baffles me. I just don't know. But see, we have our brother here, Fan Nation TV. Wizard, talk to us, man. Your best international. Which of these teams, kind of like just gave you something to think about in the internationals? Which team? Please, you have to, hurry up so that we can get into this England and get into some other stuff before we go to Arsenal, Man City.
You know what? I don't watch international football unless it's like tournaments,
I didn't blame him.
Unless it's tournaments. I don't watch international football.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, I don't watch international. I saw the highlights for, I watched the highlights yesterday for England against Belgium because I heard someone was dissing off Bellingham. But, I mean... Yeah, international football. You know what it is? International football is about like top quality players. It's not really about systems and stuff like that. It's totally different. Do you know what I mean? I feel like obviously Premier League is one level, Champions League is the next level, but international football is obviously the highest of heights. So yeah, like it was interesting games. Interesting that England didn't win any of those games because I mean that's like a C grade Brazil team, and then obviously Belgium are not the old Belgium, like so. Yeah, I mean,
they're not.
And obviously Jude Bellingham grabbed it at the end. So I don't know. I still think that England have a strong enough team, but again, it goes back to Southgate, and obviously, like, how can Tomori not be played for England? Like, it don't make no sense. Like, I get my man trusts his players, but how do we bring in a new generation if you're going to just keep running the man into the ground?
Exactly.
You're not giving people chances either, is it? These are the opportunities against good sides where you're going to find out what they are able to do against top teams. why he's playing. I can totally understand trying to see what Declan Rice and Foden and Bellingham are able to do together. But the problem that you've got is Harry Kane's not there, so you don't know what the service is going to be like to Harry
Yep,
Kane from them
exactly.
three. Conor Gallagher getting a chance. You know, I would have liked to see in the second game Madison start, Gordon start, you know, Tony start, you know, Foden and Bellingham rested and have a go. And instead, like we say, it's like watching Jordan Henderson at Ajax.
Mm.
So,
Exactly,
Escaping to the red light
exactly.
district for a quick, you know.
Mm.
It's,
See, yeah, guys,
I
yeah.
don't know why I
Uh,
wasted 90 minutes of my life.
See, yeah, guys, yeah. Another big topic here was this 18-year-old who just made his England debut, yeah, and this is the one that takes my head off. Maino, yeah. See, I go to the papers, I go on Twitter, you know, I'm flooded with lots of accolades coming for this guy. The one that made me start removing the hair out of my head was the one where they said this guy is generational, yeah, world class. See, yeah, guys, and I'm not having it
I've
because
got something to say.
this
I
Man
got something to say.
United fans, you will have something to say because everyone have to talk about this. Because I'm sick and tired of going to Twitter. Yeah, I nearly shut down my Twitter day before yesterday, and it's for a reason. All these guys, yeah, mostly Man United fans, calling this guy the next big thing after Zach Fabregas. Yeah, world class player, generational player. This guy hasn't even gotten 7 months for Manchester United, and is the next big thing after Eden Hazard. After comparing this guy to Zach Fabregas and the and the likes of them, and I feel insulted because these guys have a different narrative for Bukayo Saka. They don't want to acknowledge his world class. I know that there's that argument if he's world class or not, but they don't want to actually look at him or even give him, give him up for that shout for being a world class player. But they're looking at Maino, who just made his debut, had one or two, had a good performance for England, on his debut, has bailed that Manchester United a few times, and suddenly he's world class, and suddenly he's generational, and we're out here putting dust on Bukayo Saka's name that he's not
Can I
world
come in? I'm
class and he's
itching.
not
I'm
even
itching.
generational in any way. Guys,
I'm itching.
what do you guys think?
Listen, yeah, let me take you back. Obviously, it's a few years ago. But do you remember Theo Walcott when he went to the World Cup?
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
And I guess the difference there is I don't think he had played a game for Arsenal yet.
No, I didn't.
No, he hadn't made a Premier League appearance.
He hadn't
when he
made
went
a
to the
Premier
World
League appearance. Like, unfortunately, T, this is in the English DNA. This is what they do. I know he's had a couple good games. He's played in some good games, but we all know football. So we all know sometimes we see 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds and they have a good season or they have a good 6 months. But where are they now? You know, John Joe Shovey was supposed to be the next Gerrard. Where is he now?
Thing, exactly.
So
look at the likes
this
of
is what
Ward.
happens.
Look at the likes of Ward-Prowse. Not fair on them.
Yeah, exactly. And we need some of those free kicks, man. We need some of those free kicks. So we're not even thinking tactically. That's what annoys me.
Honestly,
There's no way you can say that you've seen enough from an 18-year-old. What is he started 12 games, maybe 14 games? He's been subbed in 10 of them at least. Now I understand subbing. That's not to say that he's had a bad game. That's why he's getting subbed. But he's trying to protect him because if you overwork a young player and put too much on him too early, they'll crack. There's no doubt that kid has got bags of a potential. But I ask a question: if he was playing for Crystal Palace or Newcastle, would he have started in that game?
No.
Or he would have been in the squad?
You see it with Gordon, though. You see it with Gordon. Like you said, Gordon, even if he didn't start the game against Brazil, he should have definitely started the game against Belgium.
I mean, he was probably England's best player in the first half against Brazil, and then gets 10, 15 minutes against Belgium. And how long does it take him to get in the squad as well? I mean, he's on par with Saka and Foden for goals and assists in the Premier League. Just behind them two, sorry. I think he's got 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 goal contributions. Why is it taking this long to get an England squad, especially when he was player of the tournament at the under-21s? He's proved he can do it on the international stage. It's because it's for a big club. It's all the commercial things that come with it. It's dough. That's all it is. Don't get us wrong. If he goes to the Euros, I've got no doubt that I don't think he's a waste of a place. I think he's more than capable of playing with them players in training.
But there's a list.
You put him.
There's a list. There's a list, and he's jumping the queue. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, and again, see, I'll come to you, Lion Tech, just before Matt kicks this off. Yeah, Rio Ferdinand's brother. What's his name? What's that guy's name? Anton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was in an interview, yeah, and that guy opened his mouth, yeah, and was saying that, oh my God, bro, the disgusting things I hear, yeah, and then he was comparing Maino's impact as an 18-year-old with Bukayo Saka's performance in England for England as an 18-year-old, and he was actually saying that Maino's is actually better. He has achieved more as an 18-year-old than Bukayo Saka. What is this? Lion Tech, talk to us. What do you think about this, man? This Maino guy is, generational, world class.
To be honest,
Bukayo Saka. That's what's out there, and it's the top guys that are actually saying these things.
Well, it's not really any surprise, really, isn't it? Because we've had this for, 20, 30 years of young prospects coming through, getting overhyped, overplayed, and then they amount to nothing, really. Don't get me wrong, I like Maino. Like I've seen a good few games that he's played for Man United, and he literally stands out in their team. And that's the reason why he got in the squad anyway, because Man United have been shit, but he's always been the standout player. But all this generational talk is way too soon. Like, he's not even had the whole season yet. Like, these lot need to chill, man. They need to chill, man. Don't get me wrong, he's a baller. He is a baller. Don't get me wrong. I like him as a player. But all this generational talk, we've all been here before, lads. We've all been here. You get me? Like, so many times over the years, like, there's always been a 16-year-old breaks through.
Greenwood,
like
Rashford,
Rashford,
calling all of them.
Like all of them. Yeah, you can do. It's mad. We've been here like so many times, man. It's just one of them, man. It's just England, isn't it? And then it just results to us not winning any trophies anyway. So what difference does it make? You know what I mean?
Matty, chime in on this, man. On this Maino comparison with Bukayo Saka for some reason.
You know what? I feel like sometimes with us on Twitter, we just stop giving people so much time and attention. I feel like that comment, someone on my Twitter said, that show that Rio does generally is quite good, but recently it's very clickbait opinions. And that's what Twitter is a lot of the time. A lot of the time there'll be a comment, and look, we're talking about here. People are talking about, people are retweeting.
It's just conversation starters.
This is it. Like everyone knows, whatever team you support, not just Arsenal, you can't do the comparison between Saka and Mainu. What I will say with Mainu, I do rate him highly. I do. I feel like what he brings to the midfield is, you look at the ones that he's up against, Henderson, Gallagher. Like, I watched Gallagher live, guys. Please. The ball, when it touches his foot, it's gone. Like, he just bangs it forward. Like, him and Henderson are the same. So it's nice to have a midfielder that gets the ball. Like, if you watch Manu, he does a little turn, drives forward. We'll do Yeah, I hear that. But, sometimes it's not about undergames. If they've got the talent, whether it's 5-6 games, you put them in. And I think Manu, and I think Andy said it as well, if he goes in the team, you'll back him. And I think he'll do well. Him, Bellingham and Rice, I think should maybe be the three, because this whole Bellingham, when they're trying, Bellingham in this 10 thing, it's not working.
This is not Real Madrid. This is not Real Madrid, bro.
Don't you not find though? Again, it's an England problem where we're not playing everyone in the correct position. It's just shoving in the best players, and this is the problem we had under Sven. Sven said it about Paul Scholes. And
And
it's
said
like,
Sven.
no, but you know, no, because I'm going back to a midfield that was.
I hear you. I hear
You
you.
know what I mean? And it
You
was
just
like,
took me back. You just took me back.
no, we were all
Yeah.
like,
Didn't he
all
play Scholes on the right, or was it
on
the left?
On the left, Scholes
Yeah.
on the
Like
left.
that was
Mad,
madness, bro.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that was to squeeze
Oh.
quality players in, and I feel like with us, we're squeezing in. But when you look at France, for example, last week, France have players that are in their set position, like Saliba, Konate, Pavard, Hernandez. Midfield will have Tchouaméni, but Tchouaméni's in that position does at Real Madrid. Griezmann was playing a little hole behind Giroud, like Mbappe, like they've got it on smash, and that's why a lot of their form goes straight into international. Our one, freaking Foden out here. When I think personally, Foden was better in a 10. I think Foden in a 10 would be absolutely scary for us. Him or Maddison, whichever way you want to play it, and then rotate them. But with that manager in charge, we've got big problems, man. Big problems.
See, guys, but again, it's not even only down to the manager. What this Manchester United fans are failing to really understand is that they're just looking at him with the performances that he has just given to them. How about his developmental tendencies? The bigger picture in the long run. Yeah, we all know that Manchester United is a toxic football club right now. The environment, let's don't act as if the roofs ain't leaking. Yeah, the roofs is leaking. The players haven't developed players in like 5-6 seasons. Name me one player that has come out of the ranks of Manchester United in a, let me say, 5, 6, 7 year span. Yeah, the development is in a crash. The toilets are stinky. Pee everywhere, poo on the walls, the roofs are leaking, the manager I don't rate. Everything is wrong with Manchester United. How can that guy, just kind of like develop in a very toxic environment, football-wise? I don't know. It's getting them over the line. But how about 2 years, 3 years from now? With everything happening to Manchester United right now.
We had the Arsenal, though, let's not forget. We had the toxic atmosphere at Arsenal. And let's not forget that game where the front three were out. And then we had Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Saka. And I don't know about you, like us, man, we were like, whoa, what? What's this front three? But we went and won the game. But sometimes you need a player that gives you hope that if you build around, not just them, but if you get experienced players around them, you kind of go on and do well. Like, I think Manchester United will come back. It's going to take time because it's taking time for us as well and money. But I feel this owner's coming and he knows he's got to fix the stadium. He knows he's got to do that. But when you've got players like Manu, you're like, okay, there is a bit of hope. There's that. What's that? The glimmer of light, should I say? Glimmer of light. So he's that glimmer of light in the team. But they just need to reset. They need to do what Arsenal done. Decide who's going, whether it's a big Casemiro go, get rid of Anthony. All of these players, just get rid and start it again. You have to do it sometimes. It will hurt when you lose games. But in the future, you're going to do well. But they'll be all right. But I do agree, though. The media is overhyping Manu. I do rate him. I'm one of them that I was jumping on. I put on Twitter, him and Seedorf. I said, rah, look, just see. And people were like, what? What you doing? But, yeah, I think he's a quality player. You can see
it's diversion tactics as well, isn't it? It's keeping people's minds exactly off the problems.
That's it.
Like you were saying they're going to pin the hopes on somebody. We're having to pin the hopes on Lewis Miley potentially in the future. We're having to sell a Bruno or Guimaraes or Tonali, kind of keep himself off betting naps,
Definitely. See, but wait, guys, just before we go to this Man City, England shenanigans with all these players and Arsenal versus Man City, Sandro Tonali, good talk, Andy Bell. Sandro Tonali charged with second betting breach as FA brings forward further 50 count charges on this.
Ivan Toney's ain't learned from Ivan Toney,
brother. This guy makes Ivan Toney. Guys, this guy makes Ivan Toney look like.
But this was when he was in Italy, yeah?
No,
bro.
So what's actually happening?
I don't know what's happening.
For the Italy bit, just as the ban was being done, so he got the ban in the October. While they were investigating him, he's been betting on Premier League games. Now, what they say is majority of the bets were either before he got caught.
Oh my days!
So he's been betting on Premier League games when he first started playing. My argument is he was being investigated. He knew he was going to get caught out, and he's carried on. Now, all my mates are saying, oh, we've got to get behind him. You know, he's got a problem. I says, he's got a problem, Harry. He says, I mean, how bright do you need to be? You've been investigated for betting, and you're still doing it in the new league. Do you not think
He's
they're
still
going to be
betting.
checking
He's like,
you?
I don't care,
Oh
man.
my
He's like, I
days.
don't
You
care.
think the missus catching you with your pants
The
down with a blonde, and
dog.
then you're doing it the same the next weekend, isn't it? I mean,
Hey, Andy.
she's not going to be stupid
Oh
and let you
my
off 2 weekends in a row.
Hey,
You lot
Andy.
see the
Andy.
video?
You see?
Hold on. Andy. Andy, can you play midfield, mate?
Me?
You play midfield?
Well,
You got some
can't be
boots?
any worse than Chinali at the minute.
You know what, though,
Exactly,
man?
man. Lord have
They
mercy.
might need you, bro. They might need you.
Lord
might
have
need you,
mercy.
bro.
Did you
I
not see
just
the
think it's
video?
stupid. They're potentially saying that because the betting
Wow.
periods, they're going to be treated as consecutive. They're going to treat them in both in the same subject. As far as I'm concerned, it's not. He got his ban in October. He knew he was going to get banned before that, and he's still been betting up until he got banned. Now, it wouldn't even surprise us when they investigate further if he's been betting since.
Yeah,
Have
exactly.
you,
Probably.
Andy, have you
How
seen
do
the
I go
video?
back to Italy?
Andy,
How
did you
do I
see
get
the
back to
video?
Italy? I'll just piss Newcastle off.
wait, have you seen the video of the yellow where people are saying this yellow shows exactly? There were Newcastle fans going, I knew that day the way he got a yellow card that something was dodgy. I don't know if you lot saw it.
Matt, you need to be
No, I've
posting
not
these
seen it.
videos in the
Oh,
group,
you
bro.
need to
You know what?
post that in
You know
the
what?
group
Wait,
chat.
wait. You know
I
what?
haven't even
You
You
know,
know
we
what?
have a
I
WhatsApp
haven't
group,
even
You know
seen
bro.
what? I'm just putting the group now because I thought I'd post it.
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
You lot, when you got time, just check it. But
Yeah, please.
you know, is one thing I'll say. I think AC knew a lot of this, you know, because one thing I said, I don't know if you saw my podcast, I said ages ago, I went, they would not let captain material leave that club. Like Milan don't let just players just duck out like that. So when he
That's
come
true.
out, because if you remember, he went from, was it Brescia, where it was the Andrea
Brescia,
Pirlo
yeah.
team, to AC Milan, and
Yeah.
he was set to be that Totti figure and stay at the club and be the captain and do this. The way Newcastle got him, and you remember when his wife went on the change room, and I could see him, and I went, "This guy's not on it. He's literally going just for whatever." Like, and he's in a
And it's here
casino.
being so happy going to the quayside
But-
for an
but guys,
Italian in Italy.
But guys, look at the
in
chart I've just
Newcastle
brought
like
up.
as much as
But
we're
guys-
welcoming fans and we treat everyone brilliantly, there's a bit of a change in culture going from Milan to
Yeah, come on,
But
Venom
Newcastle.
or Helen or, you know,
going from
I
prime
don't
time
know if you know
restaurant
where I'm on about there, but they're not the most nicest places.
prime time restaurant to Prezzo. You know them Prezzo restaurants and that.
Exactly. Man. See, guys, yeah. Look at the chart I just brought out here. Yeah, he's got an addiction. Malia, I hear you, but where was this when we were talking about Ivan Toney? See, yeah. I don't want this to be very convenient. Yeah, when someone, just comes out, keeps gambling, indicted, kept gambling, yeah, and then we'll call it a freaking addiction. But when it was Ivan Toney, we knew the names that were out there. Yeah. Criminal. Yeah. It was painted black and blue everywhere. So come on, man. Are we going to call this an addiction? Are we also going to call what happened to Ivan Toney an addiction? What is going on here?
Listen,
Why
you know how the media are, Tony.
What
We
is
all know how the media are here. Come on. This is the same media that was talking about Raheem Sterling's tattoo that time.
Yeah.
And then there was a rugby player. Then there was a rugby player that had the tattoo of him and a gun or something. And I was like, bro, nothing being said. So I've got to the point. That's why I stopped reading papers and that. I read, and go in and find what I want to find. Because don't waste your time doing that. I feel Tonali should get banned harshly for what he did. He knows he's messed up. I think the missus probably knew at the time you're not going for football reasons. It's just the fact of it took over him. And I don't know about you lot, if any of you have ever done it in your life and bet whatever, but I can see how that can happen with people. Because what it is, the moment you win, you think you're balling.
Yeah, when you're winning, you're on the
Listen,
roll, isn't it? And you're
you-
like,
you-
oh,
you-
so
Yeah,
that's-
when you're winning, you're on a roll, man.
You're balling.
You're on a roll.
And you lot, I don't know. You win here, you go, let me go again. Then when you lose the first week, you go, I'm getting that back, I'm getting that back.
Matt,
How much betting are you doing?
Goal.
I mean,
you don't need the money.
Where's that's my
Exactly.
But where's that's
He's doing
the
it for the
problem.
thrill.
That's exactly, Andy. That's the difference. Imagine you getting 100K like these, man, right? You've got all these accolades. You're Italian international. You're Newcastle. You're seen as the main signing, 100K. I can go to any casino and things. He probably ain't got to use his own money. He can probably call up someone else and go, I need
for real.
You know what I mean? He's not probably using his own P's. And then it's probably got to the point where he's like, I can keep going, but he's probably so deep now. And I'm telling you now, there's a lot of footballers that are doing it, but they just haven't been caught out yet. 100%. And this is going to be this will be the start. This will be the start of something where the FA clamp on everybody, every club.
But you know the mad thing is, this ain't even a new thing. This was happening in the 90s. You know what I mean? Look how much footballers were gambling, doing all this stuff, but it wasn't really publicized back then because obviously technology weren't what it was, isn't it? So
Paul Merson said that. I think they used to.
Yeah, Paul Merson, for example. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There was a young lad at Newcastle back when I was in my teens. I don't know if you remember Michael Chopper. He went to Watford in the Championship. He was
man.
He lost millions. He couldn't sleep at night. He was that bad with it.
Oh, but Andy, his story was mad though, because I'm sure he said, I can't remember which way around it was. He moved Newcastle Sunderland or whichever way around because of the signing on fee to pay off the debt.
Yeah.
And then at the training ground, the guys pulled up, ballied up. Bro, imagine you're at football training and man never pull up to doing ballies waiting for you. Like,
oh my days.
We had stories of when there's a podcast under the Kosh.
Yeah.
And it's like ex-teammates and all that, like mostly Championship players, some Premier League players. But apparently, when he was in the Championship, he was gambling twice as much a week. He was having to borrow money off teammates, and he was taking loans off loan sharks, local loan sharks, and they were having to barricade the training ground. And look, it's a shame. It's an illness. If Charlie's genuinely addicted to this, rather than sitting training with the squad, go to rehab.
Facts, absolutely.
Yeah.
Go get help, man.
There's plenty of money to pay for rehab. It's not like he's short of it. Well, he might be. He might be better than
Maybe now,
What would the odds be on the fact he's going to claim himself bankrupt or something?
But I'm sorry, as a footballer, you should never be going broke. I'm sorry, never.
No.
Never.
No, you earn too much money.
Just
money's up £100,000. The interest you're going to make anyway, like on that, is what a lot of us will be trying to do. Crazy.
Yeah. It's just
because again, I think just last week,
£60 million on a player. And...
just last week, an R&B singer. I don't know if you guys heard about, what happened to Bruno Mars. Yeah. He's owing about, I think, nearly up to 100. 50K? Are you serious?
No.
$100 million. $100 million. Is owing it to a casino in Vegas. And $100 million. Yeah, it's $100 million in the hole.
Something like that, yeah. It's like 100 or 50 million.
Can he carry about
$100 million in the hole. Now he's owing
that
money.
Oh my God. Yeah, $50 million.
But T, you gotta understand,
I didn't hear 50 million. I heard 100 million.
This is mad.
I heard 100 million. I heard 100 million.
Mars, who's going to stop you from going in the casino and just asking for chips? If you're Bruno Mars, they ain't going to stop you because they know you got it. They think you got it.
But you know what? Another thing, guys. I think another thing is what we need to remember is their life is not normal like us. Like,
that's what I said. It's not normal.
Just deep it. We wake up in the morning, we get ready for work, we grind, we go public transport.
9 to 5.
9 to 5. But these lot, they could call up a club person and say, "Pick me up from home, please. I don't want to drive today." Then you've got stuff from at home, come fix it. Chef, everything. So when they've got down to our downtime, we're like, I'm going to bed. You know what I mean? I'm tired. These men are like, all right, cool, I can do anything now. Some of them might go to the club, do whatever, drink up, smoke, this and that. Some people want to gamble.
To a club, brother. They'll be getting private planes, bruv, to other countries and that, bruv.
First class and everything, man. Private jets.
What I mean? And I sometimes I look at it and I'm like, I know it must be hard, but I think you've just got to do 8-9 months of like solid, just dedication, right? Your summer, listen, blow out. When the summer, do what you want. Exactly. That's why when I look at Jack Grealish, I love it because I look at him and I go, I think if I was playing, that's how I would be. I'd be like, I've had a big season. I'm partying, bros. Don't stop me. You know what I mean? And that's how it should be. So when I see these players halfway through the season, I'm betting, I'm doing this, bro. You should be asleep. You know what I mean? We should be asleep. But
definitely. Guys, let's get into this Manchester City versus Arsenal game coming up. Yeah. Guys, let's don't act. Yeah.
Big
as
game,
if we
man.
didn't see what happened let's don't act as if we didn't see what happened in the internationals. Yeah, guys, Stones, Kyle Walker. Yeah, these guys falling like flies. Yeah, got bundled out of games. Diaz out of a game. Bernardo Silva out of a game. Are we sure that Alvarez even played full time for Argentina? So yeah, guys, yeah. Well, what do you guys have to say? Kevin De Bruyne did not even play for Belgium. I highly doubt that guy is injured. I don't think he's injured. I think this was carefully planned by Pep Guardiola, who's the king. Yeah, he's the emperor of mentality monster shit. He does this. He knows how to do it. This guy has been in a title running than for how many years than I care to remember. He knows how to pull this stunt. He understands it, and that's why he has loyal soldiers who would follow what he says to the latter. They would drop out of internationals. That would get out of games. Yeah, at his word. I really do feel that these guys don't have those injuries. What do you guys think about all these players pulling out from international games, getting bonded off games? Kyle Walker acrimoniously, just fell off, on the ground, and when he was walking out of the stadium, he stood up. Come on, man. Who are you fooling? We're not donuts. What do you guys think about this? Yeah, and give us a background to Manchester City versus Arsenal. I'll start with you, Lauren Tech, man.
To be honest, yeah, I don't. You could say it's mind games, but to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't injured. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were. It's kind of a catch-22 kind of thing. But you can only really find out when the team lineup comes out. But in terms of the game, man, boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's critical time of the season, man. This is like crunch time. This is like the time where everyone needs to like get up and stand up, man. You know what I mean? Like Bob Marley said it, innit? Stand up for your rights. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's true though, fam, because like this is a big game and I want us to win. So boy, we need every single advantage that we can get, man. And we need to go into that game with no fear. Literally go there and impose ourselves on that game. We can't really be going into that game timid and scared like we did last season.
No way.
Yeah.
Because we end up losing. Yeah, we have to go. Like even this season with City, yeah, I've seen teams like Chelsea go there and give them heart problems. You know what I mean? And Chelsea ain't even been great this season. So if we could play anywhere near like what they did, we have a chance. You know what I mean? So
we've given them problems this season.
Well, exactly. Exactly. So like there's teams that have gone there and given them problems. Like Brentford the other week, not that long ago. I think they only scraped a 1-0 win, if I remember correctly.
Bournemouth.
You know what I mean? So
Bournemouth.
yeah, exactly. So there's a chance there, man. We can go there and impose ourselves, but we have to believe in ourselves and we have to defend properly as well. So none of this making mistakes and gifting them goals, and because they're the kind of team that will punish us if we give them anything. So yeah, man, we gotta go there and win the game, bro. And if we win the game, mate, it'll be a relief. But it doesn't necessarily mean we'll win the title, but it'll give us the confidence to go on and try and win the title. And literally, we just have to go and do it, man.
Andrew Bell, take it
I
up from
personally
there,
think, I know with you being an Arsenal fan, Tony, you're probably going to think I'm saying this to wind you up, but I honestly think if you don't win that game, you don't win the league. The reason I say that is because the history tells you anything is Man City are able to go the last 10 games of the season without dropping any points at all.
Yeah.
So if you were to draw against them, the likelihood is that you might drop a couple of points. Man City don't. So for me, it's a must-win for Arsenal. I'm not saying that they'll lose the title if they don't win. I just think if you don't beat them, you're making a hill a lot steeper to win the title. But I'm with you guys. I honestly think if they're in the right mindset, Arsenal, some of the football they were playing before the international break was as good as I've seen all season from anybody, including Leverkusen or Man City. You've just got to sit there and bite down and grit down and get a result. And who cares if it's a scrappy game? Get a win. That's it. And then it's yours to lose.
Definitely.
In my
See,
opinion.
Wizard.
I'm neutral, so it's
Yo.
kind of I'm not emotionally invested.
Wizard, what do you think, man? Man City,
Um,
Arsenal. Arsenal go to
listen,
the
listen,
Etihad, man.
you know what it is, yeah? Forget what's happened all season. Last 10 games, bro. It's either on or it's off. Like nothing else matters right now, innit? Like points are kind of level. 3 teams are in it. The best team's gonna win. So I mean, for me, number one, I'm worried about obviously how we're going to come back after international break. We need to come out of the blocks flying. I don't want to see Zinchenko in the team. Keep Kivior in the team. Keep the 4 centre backs.
Yeah.
The 4 centre backs in the team. To be honest, I'll keep the same team. Havertz up top. I'll keep the same team. To be honest, maybe I'm not sure about Jorginho, but I'll keep the same team. And obviously, Jesus would probably be one of my first subs. But I don't want to see Zinchenko on the team, and it's a must win. A must win. Like we need to Man City haven't beaten us this season, and I'm including the Community Shield in that. And
Exactly, man. Exactly.
I'm someone that watches a lot of Premier League years. Like I always watching Premier League years, and it's been a while. It's been a very long time since we beat them at the Etihad. And for me, when you have stats like that, they're there to be broken. They got to lose there one day. They've got to lose there one day, and what better time than now, man. But yeah, for me, I'm just worried about how everyone's going to come back after the international break, and if we'll be as fluid as we were, and are people a bit tired? I don't, because obviously we had the little break before the international, but again, I think someone like Rice, did Rice play 290 minutes for England?
Oh my days, man.
Don't remind me.
So that's what I mean. He's a very important player for us. So it's kind of like like when Man City don't have Rodri. Things go wrong. So we need, and again, remember when we played West Ham the first time, how Rice played? I don't want to see that Rice. I don't want to see that.
I remember
I need to see when we played them the second time. I need to see that Rice when he scored. I need to see that guy.
Not the spicy Rice, not the balsamic.
Definitely. Matty, take it up from here, man.
Manchester
City, Arsenal.
I'm agreeing with what a lot of people said. I feel like we need to do what City did. I looked at our team. We played 4 centre backs. City did that last season in the running. Remember, Kanji, Stones, Diaz, and Ake. That they played all them 4 and solid. Like Andy said, it's 10 games. Get through it. Bite down. Do what you've got to do to win. I am of the same belief. I feel that if we don't win it, like Blind Tech said, sorry, even if we win, it doesn't mean we're gonna win the league. But I think not winning puts us out of it. I feel like Liverpool's fixtures away from home, I feel they will slip up. I can't see Man City slipping up with what's left. I think the only thing that might catch them out or catch the other teams out is Europe. So it depends. Do Real Madrid, if City get through, at what point do they go and play an away game? We see it in Europe all the time. You play at home, whatever, you play an away game, it's quite tight. And don't get, they've got Real Madrid. It's not like you can't arrest your man, bro. Like you've got to play your best 11. So there's still ups and downs. And for me, it's all on how, if God forbid we lose, but it's how we lose. If we go there and get smoked like we did last season, because last season was a big game and we went there and we literally crumbled. All right,
it's off straight away.
Very soft. And that's the thing. Really, like, I don't like losing, cool, but there's a way of losing it. When you lose and you go, all right, cool, like I know we're going to come back in the next game. You know what I mean? They're them type of things. Like, look, we lost 2-0 to Liverpool in the FA Cup, but I knew, we played well. We're going to batter them when they come back. You know what I mean? So these are the things that I think as an Arsenal fan, we always have apprehension anyway going to away games. But I do feel that as time's gone on, when you look at Rice, Saliba, Gabriel, that triangle, there's a bit more confidence. And I think the progress is so good. And then obviously we've got Bayern after. So listen, I just want a good end to the season. And whichever one we win it. Please win it. Please win one. But you know what? I always said quarterfinal, go far in the league. And listen, so far, he's doing well. And yeah, just go with the same team and just tell the players 10 games left in the league. Just 10. That's all you got to do. Give me 10 games, put your all in. You're smacking team 6-0. You beat Liverpool, who, in my opinion, best team in the league, if you look at it in terms of how they've been playing. So Go and do it, boys. But again, I'm apprehensive, man. It's Arsenal. I've been too many years. We've all been through it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So confident. And when I see people on Twitter, we're gonna smoke City. I'm like, I might have to block you. Relax yourself. You know?
I hate that.
The problem
talking,
for me,
man.
that I worry for you is you go and smoke City and then get beat off of Spurs or something. You know what I
Don't
mean?
say that. Don't
Oh,
say
God.
that, Andy. I like you, Andy. Don't do that.
You know what? Andy's got a point. I just think with Arsenal, do you know what it is? I feel like there's a game. I don't know what game it is in this
Oh,
run.
you're right. You're right.
There is.
I don't know about you.
There's going to be a game.
Trafford is the one for me. Old Trafford's
Even
the
if
one
we-
where I go,
Even if we win it, we're gonna do it the hard way.
mate, trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's going to take
Do you
someone
remember,
to...
sorry, Matt. Do you remember the FA Cup against Hull?
Bro, don't remind
We
me.
do it
My
the
heart.
hard way.
Bruv.
We
Bruv.
do it. We have to have a heart attack. They got to
Bruv.
give us a heart attack, bro.
Nah, so gassed.
See ya, guys. Yeah. See ya, guys. I'm gonna start mine like this. Shout out to Malia, who has been holding it down for us in the charts. Yeah, we're coming to the end of the show. Shout out to DJ Crane, my guy. Join me on Sunday. Hopefully, I pray I get Lion Tech to the channel and Football Bands to the channel on that day. We really need every help we can get. DJ Crane, big ups to you. See, I'm gonna start it like this. Guys. Yeah. Who remembers the last time that Arsenal won at the Etihad? I'm talking to the Arsenal fans around here.
Yeah.
Can you remember who scored goals?
2016, isn't it?
I asked the question.
Wait,
When
I think
was
that
the last time that
Cazorla-
Arsenal won
Cazorla
at the
yellow kit.
Etihad?
When he got the penalty, I think. Because all that
Is
penalty.
that 2016 TT?
2-0 winner.
Didn't flipping Giroud score?
Yeah,
Sure, Giroud scored, didn't it?
that was the one.
All
Yellow,
right.
I remember him scoring a header or something. I
Yeah,
remember.
yellow and
guys.
blue team. Yellow and blue team.
1984 then.
Favourites.
Yeah.
What year is it and what was the score?
Great guess.
Was it right?
Great guess, guys. See, that game.
Was it
that
2-1
game
or
was- I think
2-0
it
or
was-
something
it
like
was
that? I think
2-1.
it was.
I think that game was 2-1. Olivier Giroud
Was it
scoring the
2-1? Yeah.
goal. And of course, Santi Cazorla scoring the goal too.
And
Aguero
what
was
year was
leading
that?
their line at the time. 2015.
20,
Jesus Navas
2015.
was also in that team. Also, Giroud was leading the
2015.
line for us at the time. Cazorla was in the middle of the park. Sanchez was also down there.
Sanchez was on the
Coquelin
left. Yeah.
was also in the,
Yeah, he
as
was
a
as
CDM
well.
for us. But see, guys, throw that all away. Yeah, this is a must-win game for all of us Arsenal fans. A must-win. I do agree with Andy Bell that if we don't win this matchup,
Changes everything.
we might
It
not
does.
win this league. Yeah, definitely. This is a must-win. But having said that, I'm not of that school that believe that City is a complete product this season. I still see defensive lapses in that team. I generally think that they will be very, very wary about Arsenal going into this matchup here. And I'll just give you some background footnotes to just keep us guided. I really do think that Arsenal will go there, with our generals. There's this big factor that wasn't there the last time, and that big factor is Declan Rice. He just has to keep himself composed, very disciplined. I don't want to see him go box to box, just sit down in that number 6 and protect our back 4. That's what I want to see from Declan Rice on Sunday. And definitely our wide areas are going to be areas that Manchester City will have to be very, very wary about. Martinelli is back in the fray. He's going to play on the day. Bukayo Saka will be revving up for this one. I want to see big-time performances. And in our wide areas, if our attackers down there can just be able to exploit those spaces, they will get. See, they're in for a big, for a big evening on the day when we meet them on Sunday. And see, guys, John Stones isn't injured. I still believe he's going to marshal that defense for them come Sunday. But the big thing is this, John Stones, I do know you like to roam about. I do know you like going on that little inverted thing. That Pep Guardiola has inserted you in that team to do. You know what? John Stones, roam away. Roam away. That's what I want you to do. Roam away. Leave Diaz on his own, so that he can get exploited. by one person, Kai Havertz. And this is the factor that many people aren't looking at. Yeah, Kai Havertz is that factor. Yeah, might not be the most prolific kind of guy in the room, but he's that kind of guy that can get into challenges. He's that kind of guy that can spike these players of the opposition in the in their 18-yard box and in their final third. He might not be the one getting all those goals, but he's gonna put in a challenge. He's going to literally kick them, pull one or two stunts, yeah. And just when John Stones is roaming away, I want to see him one-on-one with Diaz, face to face. I don't think Diaz would want to have that clash with Kai Havertz on the day on Sunday. So John Stones, please roam away. Roam away. That's what I want you to do. Just roam away. And see, let's even throw that away. Yeah, I really do think that Man City they'll be scared about what Arsenal is bringing to the table. I literally think about this. They will be so wary about the challenge we're bringing in for them. And again, one of the joker that these guys aren't seeing is that we also have Thomas Partey. So because I think in the two internationals, Italy kind of like overused Jorginho. So I'm also thinking that Jorginho has been overused also by Italy. So coming into this game, he might be a little bit, tired and worn out a little bit, under the weather, coming back from that, from both Italian games. So that's why we have Thomas Partey, who sat back during the internationals. He will come in handy. Even if he doesn't start up that match, he lacks match fitness. We can have him as a joker who could come in the second half and show up whatever Jorginho might be missing, in the second half. And guys, people literally throw away this Arsenal I found this season, which is our set pieces. Yeah, our set pieces isn't really eroded by this, by this rival fans. Yeah, Arsenal have most goals this season, from set pieces above the rest in the league. I think this will come in handy against this Manchester City team in those, at those moments where we really need to conjure up magic, and maybe our strikers or our attackers aren't firing on all cylinders. I do think that our set pieces will have to come in as a certain kind of plan B. We could also look the ball down to Kai Havertz and hope that he uses his aerial ability to outmuscle players and get in on the act and get us one or two goals. He literally scores in the big games. He's bailed us out against Liverpool. He's bailed us out against Brentford when we do need it. In both games, the one at the VTech Stadium and the one at the Emirates. So he's very key in this matchup. This is what Mikel Arteta is going to tell Man City. This is what we're coming with. We're coming with the set pieces. We're coming with the two best centre-backs in Europe as far as I'm concerned, and the best defensive setup. We're coming with the best right back in the league. See, guys, if I'm lying, talk to me. Talk to me about it. Kai Walker, who is the best right back in this league. Yeah, and if the Premier League is the best league in the world and we have the best defensive setup in this league, then God damn it, Arsenal have the best defensive network
if you're looking
in
at
this league and in
statistically,
Europe.
Tony,
I literally want to see Haaland go against William Saliba on the day on Sunday. You know what? Yeah, this is what Arsenal is coming with on Sunday. I literally want to see what Man City will be coming with. The gauntlet will be dropped down for Pep Guardiola.
If you look at it statistically, Tony,
what do you have?
Best right back in the Premier League. Trivia.
What? Who's your trivia?
Most assists in the Premier League this season. Most mistakes in the Premier League this season.
But where is Newcastle? But again, where is Newcastle? I'm sorry to say that, but where is Newcastle?
Don't have it, Andy. Don't have it, Andy.
Right now.
One player.
Don't have it, Andy.
They're not even in top four. So they're not even in top four.
We've got a right back that's been able to provide 10 assists. Sorry, 11 assists.
But you're not. But again, you're not top of the league. You're not top three. You're not top of the league. You're not top three. So how has that? So how has that? How has that helped Newcastle this season?
Don't have it, Andy.
Apart from Kyle Walker, yeah.
Kyle Walker's the best all-rounder, isn't he?
Ben White is the best right. That's what I'm saying. But I said bar Kyle Walker. Who is?
But when you say bar
best
Kyle
right
Walker,
back.
it depends on what we're talking about. Is Trent Alexander able to do things that he can't do? Yes.
Oh, come on. You know
Is
he
Van
can't
Bissaka
defend.
able
Come
to
on,
do
man. You know he
things that he
can't
can't
defend.
do? Yes.
Come on, man. You know he can't defend. You know he can't defend. Come on,
Who
man.
can't
Let's
defend? Who are
not
you
act
talking about?
as if
Trippier.
No, Trent.
Alexander
Trent.
Arnold. We know
Yeah,
he
Trent.
can't
Say.
defend. Going forward, that's a different thing. Being tucked invertedly into the midfield is something different. But come on, man. You know he's not. You know he can't defend, man. Come on, man.
No,
Let's
you
not
said
cover that up.
you said is if he's not, then tell us he's not. All round, he's the most reliable. He's the most reliable right back in the league. Is he the best? Because he's not going to give you going forward what a Trent gives you, what a Kieran Trippier gives you, what a what's the other kid's name? God, my brain's gone dead. Sorry. So you've got Trippier, you've got Trent that can do things that he can't do. You've then got Timo Livramento who can do similar things to Kyle Walker, but just isn't on his level yet. That's not to say that they're better than him. What I'm saying is they have aspects of their game that they exceed in more than Kyle Walker. What you're saying is Kyle Walker, without argument, is Mr. Right Back. There's no arguments. Well, Southgate's England teams in the past would tell you otherwise because Kyle Walker wasn't getting a game and Trippier was getting ahead of him. I would have Kyle Walker above them all simply because of the Man City team. But if I had Liverpool's team, I wouldn't take Kyle Walker. I'd have Trippier. That's not it depends on the team that you're playing because the amount of the centre. Look at John Stones coming into midfield. Kyle Walker doesn't need to go forward because John Stones is supplying all the ammo for the midfielders. He sits back and he's that last line of protection. He's got the recovery powers of Jesus. A player will be 20 yards away from him, and how he gets back, I've got no idea. Sometimes I look at him and go, it's criminal how he can get back.
I like that line. I like that line, man. Recovery power of Jesus. See, Matt is leaving in about a minute.
He's been reincarnated.
Matt.
Yeah, no. I just want to touch on what Andy said just before
Matt, talk to us, man, before you go, man. Talk to us before
you
go.
I was going to say, touch on what Andy said. I feel like if Walker and Stones don't play, that is a massive, massive blow for Man City. The way Man City play, and like Andy said, the pace of Walker is unbelievable. Not many left wingers get the best of Kyle Walker. Now, I think Stones, where he's the miss, he does what. Do you remember like Busquets when he'll get the ball, or not even at Piqué at Barca, get the ball at the back. It's that pass that gets it moving. So he gets the ball into the field, and then the whole team are gone. So without Stones, that's where Odegaard has to light it up. If Stones ain't playing, that's where I expect Odegaard to be like, you know what, I've got a bit more because Stones is a quality player. You know what I mean? That's the reason why they don't play him centre back. So I'm telling you now, those are the two. If they don't play, then I'm suddenly like, you know what? This might be in our favour, you know. If they're both fit, I openly admit City are favourites. Strong team, strong 11. Because sometimes you accept when you lose to the better team. But without them two, I feel like we have a good chance.
Matt, please shout out your channel before you go because me and the boys will still carry on.
So listen, it's been a pleasure as always. Listen, this show, like, I don't even want to be going, but Tony knows.
I know you had the show, yeah.
Yeah, but listen, thank you for having me up. And listen, guys, back in the podcast, find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of that. I'm trying. It's tiring, but I'm trying to provide the content for you lot. But listen, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to be back next week. Hopefully, we're celebrating. Actually, wait.
Man.
They would have played 2 games, isn't it? City and
definitely. Exactly. No, and Luton. And Luton. No,
is it Luton? Not Bayern? Luton.
It's Luton. We're playing Luton next in the next 3 days.
I was thinking Bayern as well. Can't do that straight away, boy.
It's very likely I'll be sitting here getting the Mickey taken out of us after getting beat off West Ham and Everton at that point as well.
Oh, don't do that, Andy. You never know. But listen,
I think you'll beat West Ham, to be honest. I think you'll beat them.
Big up, Matty.
Honestly,
it's been a pleasure, my guys. Yeah, I'll see you later.
Yeah, man, and I'll catch up your show later on, man.
Yeah.
Lewis Smiley's injured as well, so we're literally scraping the barrel in midfield. Take care, mate.
Yeah. See, yeah, guys, let's don't act as if Ben White, mostly Launtek and Andy, because I do know that Fan Nation TV also understands that Benjamin White he's been one of the most improved right back I've seen in the league. You know, he had dwindling performances in the first 5-6 games this season, but just the momentum he came with after taking over from Tomiyasu. Yeah, you could see providing goals, defending properly, recovery like that of Jesus. Also, I could say that. Come on, man, he's looking good. He's looking good. Yeah, and the goals he has been he has scored goals this season. Let's don't act as if he hasn't scored goals. Perfect interchangeability with Bukayo Saka. For me, he has even helped Bukayo Saka's game. He's carried that guy most times because Saka this season has looked drab on the wings these days. Of course, you know, one-sided in terms of he's not multi-dimensional. I do think he needs to evolve in his game more because more players have gotten to understand the kind of player that he is. They figured him out, so he has to evolve. That doesn't mean I don't think he's an amazing player or top player. I do think so. He's not having one of the best seasons, but yet he's Arsenal's highest goal scorer this season. That attests to his exactly. That attests to his status as an amazing player for Arsenal and Arsenal's leader in terms of attacking stuff that he does for that team. But again, Benjamin White, man, if he's down there, I have no worries, man. I want him down there. Man. Benjamin White is the best. Yeah.
Hope Kai Havertz outscores Haaland in his win. Because the last few weeks, Haaland's been... I mean, I can't remember him touching the ball against Brentford. But penalty...
That's like most games,
was
to
it
be
Kim that
honest.
scored the penalty?
I mean, that's most games.
How many goals has Kai Havertz scored for you in the last 5 weeks? Big goals.
He scored a few.
Scored at least up to 9. He has scored up to 9 goals this season, man. Since January,
I remember
he's been
speaking to you 4
goals.
months ago, and you were adamant that if Kai Havertz left, you would drive him to the club wherever he was going to go. Can you remember?
Yeah, I agree. He made me look like a donut. I've said it. I've said it many times.
I must have missed this story. Can you repeat it?
I put my hands up.
No, I just think it would be quite good if Kai Havertz does. I think it'd be nice. He's dug in. He's kept his head down. He's been criticised not just from Arsenal fans, from Chelsea fans, from the neutrals, saying what the hell he is doing, spending all that money on him. He's got 2 left legs and 2 right legs rather. Sorry, you know what I mean, left foot. But I remember watching him at Bayern Leverkusen, and I was like, you put him in the right position, put the right players around him, and the right instructions. There is a player there. It's like Joe Linton when he was playing up front for Newcastle. There were so many games we'd go, do you know what it is? There's a player in there somewhere, but we just never got to see it. I think it would be comical as a neutral to see, because I don't see Man City this season having a B game when they haven't got Haaland. Last season they had that B game and they were winning and smashing teams without Haaland. They haven't done it this year without him. So, and didn't he pick up an ankle injury? Apparently, just before he went to Norway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he'll be fit.
Could it be that, you know, this almighty striker is going to go there and win the league for Man City, and then it's a reported flop that goes and wins the game for you? And you can guarantee on Sunday if he scores, I'm going to be straight on the phone to you. Where's Tonali? I should have gotten him to put a big bet on, shouldn't I?
Exactly,
anyways, guys, it's been a pleasure. I've got to get off.
Yeah, big ups, man. Big ups, Andy,
big
man.
up Andy, man.
Take care,
Andy,
guys.
thanks, man.
All the best in the show.
Take care, man.
All the best.
Big ups to you. Yeah. See, guys, we're Arsenal fans down here. Of course, I'll start with you, Fan Nation TV. Yeah. See, how can we win this matchup on Sunday?
We've got to keep the ball. We've got to dominate, obviously, possession. We've got to win first ball and second ball. But apart from that, we just got to show the class that we've been showing, like those little balls that Odegaard's been finding. Obviously, Havertz's been scoring for us. And it will be nice. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Martinelli, because I did see that Bantz did put that, big up Bantz, by the way. I did see that Bantz, Martinelli might be on the bench. Obviously, we know we had a little thing before, obviously, the international. But, I mean, whether it's Trossard or whoever, I'm quite confident that we'll go there and we won't get smashed. It's going to be a tight game. And sometimes these games come down to just little margins, like their keeper makes a mistake, or, do you know, like it just comes down to little Or sometimes, you know what's not? Sometimes we're sitting here thinking Havertz is going to score, or Saka's going to score, Odegaard's going to score, and it's like a header or Saliba. Do you know what I mean? Like, so 1-0. So, I mean, like, it's going to be a good game, man. Like, I've been trying
It's going to be a good one, man.
Because it's been such a long break, I've just kind of switched off from football. But obviously, as the week has progressed, and obviously the clickbait is coming out and everyone's doing their shows, I've been like, I'm excited, man. And you know what it is? Today, obviously, because I finished work today, it feels like a Friday.
Exactly,
so I keep thinking that the game's tomorrow.
Laontech, do you want to see that trio, in midfield that we've been crying for throughout the season? I'm talking about Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard, and Declan Rice. Is that what you want to see? And remember, the last time those trio were in the midfield together and starting a matchup together, we were beating Manchester City in the Community Shield. So what do you think? Is that the midfield you want to see popping up on the day?
Come on, Laontech.
You know what? To be honest, I'd love to see that midfield, but it depends on Thomas Partey's fitness, because obviously
that's why
he hasn't played a lot of games.
That's why he's my guy, bro. Partey's been a shambles, but continue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it depends on Partey's fitness. Because if he's fit, then I'll take a chance. But if he's not fit, then let's put Jorginho in and have Partey come on in the second half if needed. You get me? But the main thing is,
the problem with Jorginho is that it was overused in that game with Italy. You know, Italy were in the internationals also. They overused him in the. So I don't know. And those games are very hard games. So I just feel he must be tired and you know he's not the youngest of players anyway.
Yeah. No, he's not. He's not. The thing is, it just depends on the fitness of Partey, innit? Because if he's fit, 100% he starts if he's fit. But he hasn't had many games. I don't know if he's played any games like behind the.
But again, it was part of that. It was part of that setup that lost 4-0 to QPR or something.
Oh, did he play any games?
Behind closed doors.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't read into that. You can't read into that.
It's one of them, man. It's like behind closed doors, isn't it? It's one of them.
Behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors. Who's repping?
Like no one watching the matches there.
Who's repping that? Wenger. Is Wenger repping that, bro? Like, come on, man.
That would be the dream midfield. That's the midfield I've waited for practically all season, if I'm being honest. So, like, that's the midfield that if Partey's fit, I have to see that. Like, if Partey's fit enough, he has to start against Bayern Munich as well when we get to that game as well, personally. But for this game,
Timber's got to come in if he's fit as well.
Timber. That's another one. Timber as well. If he's fit enough, then I'd give him some games and stuff like that. But if he's not, then just keep it the same. Like it's worked. You know what I mean? What we've been doing is working. So.
And that was never the plan.
It wasn't the plan, exactly. It
was never the plan.
But it's worked so far.
Guys, since we have little time, and we're both, we're all Arsenal fans. I've not asked you guys personally about this Bayern Munich thing, guys. Let's talk. Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Guys, do you think we should prioritize the Champions League now? Because I don't know, man. This league is looking, if we don't win against City, it's as good as gone. We have to go to City and win.
I think Sunday decides. Sunday decides. Like by Sunday.
Sunday decides, right?
We'll know.
Yeah, you'll know more after Sunday, to be honest.
Shout out to Andy Bell, man. He says sorry for
Andy. Yes,
the waffle at the end. Just no, it's not, man. Andy, big ups to you, man. Yeah, so guys, Bayern Munich, what do you guys think, Do we have a more bigger chance in the Champions League? Or let's say we go and draw against City. We don't get beaten, but we get a decent draw. And then Liverpool gazumps everyone, goes top of the table by 2 points. And, and we're just there. So what happens?
Well, if that happens,
do we go into this Champions League matches thinking that that's our only shot at the title, or should we still go for both of them with the same energy, with the same?
Well, both of them, bro. Because Because even if we get a draw at the Etihad, that doesn't necessarily write us off out of the title race, because the points are still close. So there's still games where teams can drop points. But in terms of Bayern Munich, it's a bit of a sticky one still, because
It's a sticky
I heard
one, man.
it's mad, yeah, because I know I've been hearing about what the first leg, no fans for them or something like that. So
Yeah, no fans, no
yeah.
fans.
Yeah, I've heard that story, and I heard like it's gonna be all Arsenal fans in there, but there'll be some Bayern Munich fans like mixed in with all them Arsenal fans anyway. So I wouldn't read too much into that.
I don't think so, because I've heard that there will be serious sanctions if
Is
any Bayern Munich. Yeah, I heard that. In fact, I heard that UEFA is ready to
What serious
clamp down on them.
sanctions? Like if they got fans in there, they
What,
kicked
do they
out.
get banned or something?
They get kicked out of the Champions League this season. Because if it is, let's invite some dons down. Let's do our, let's play our part. Let's play our
Make
part.
that Matt and Boyd.
I heard that they'll be very strict with that, and they don't want to see any Bayern Munich fans at all in that first game.
Well, if that's
So
the case,
definitely-
then if that's the case, then cool, fair enough. Then we have to
From
take
advantage.
advantage of that.
Yeah.
We have to take advantage. We have to go into that second leg winning. That's the main thing. If we don't win that first leg, I'm telling you, it's sticky
But
and Bayern, man.
but again,
it's going to be sticky. as
but
hell.
again, it's not just taking a win to the Allianz Arena. Yeah, it's taking a bogus win down to the Allianz Arena. Because if we take, let's say, maybe a 1-0 win from the Emirates, I have no confidence. I have no chest to go.
No, I
into
think it had to be
Arena.
about 2 goals. It had to be about
Even
2 goals.
Even two isn't enough. 2 isn't enough. Because
It'll give
their
me
fans
more
should be at the
confidence.
Allianz Arena. We need like 3. No, seriously. We need like
If
3,
we could
4
get
goals,
3,
man.
then boy, I'll be like on top of the world. But
Exactly.
I
We need
highly
like-
doubt we're gonna get 3 goals like that, but without them troubling us. But if you see like their forward lineup, boy, we have to be on our game, man, because the players
Oh,
they
my
have
days.
here, they ain't no joke.
Musiala.
bruv.
Oh my
Like
days.
their attack is scary as hell, bruv. So it's no joke, bruv. But one thing I'd say is I think we can get at their defense. That's one thing I'd say. If we can play our game, we can get at their defense and hopefully nick a couple of goals. But it all depends, really, man. It just depends what happens on the day, the lineup, who's injured, who's fit. You know what I mean? There's still a week or so before that game happens, I think. Is it like the week after next? Or is it next week?
Yeah, sure.
I can't remember.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
so
We
we've
played them
still
2
got a
weeks
bit of time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
We played them
between
exactly
that.
2 weeks after the first game. But the problem is, this is the big problem. We play our London rivals, Tottenham Hotspurs, within a 14-day stretch. Yeah, Arsenal have 4 games to play in 14 days before we meet our not London rivals, Tottenham Hotspurs, in that hotly contested matchup. We need to win that match. If we even dream of winning the league, we have to go down to our Hart Lane and get that win. Tottenham have 14 days to rest. Arsenal have 4 games to actually play before we play within those 14 days. So 14-day rest for Tottenham Hotspurs. Arsenal play 4 games within those 14 days. How do they want us to go beat Tottenham Hotspurs when we have 5 games within the space of 14 days? Mind you, every 3 days from this Manchester City matchup, every 3 days Arsenal have got a matchup. Till at least until May.
This is the business end of the season. So if you want to be in with the big trophies, this is what happens. This is what Liverpool go for this, Man City go for this, Real Madrid, like teams go for this every season. So for me, again, I'll say that. But on the other hand, I will say it just depends on the team, because sometimes teams have rest and come back worse. Sometimes it's better to just be playing the games in between, to just keep stretching the legs, keep coming out with other creative ideas. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a catch-22. Like, this is what I mean about the international break. It's either going to do us good or it's going to hinder us.
Exactly.
Because I would have rather the Man City game be the last game before the international break.
Correct. Same.
Yeah, correct, man. Correct. But again, there's also a big advantage playing in this matchup at this time because you don't know the kind of Man City team you're going to get. Most of them have played in the internationals. Rodri played for Spain in both games. He scored goals, but also he's going to look tired when he comes back. You can imagine that long flight from Spain coming back down to England. He'll look tired. He'll look weary. Kevin De Bruyne, as far as we know, as far as they said, is injured. They have Stones who's injured. I don't think it's true, but is injured, yeah?
Kyle Walker is injured. Well. So it's the preparation as well.
Exactly.
Though,
so they have all these injured players. They also have Alvarez who will be making that long trip from South America down back to England, coming back. So this could also be a blessing and a curse also. Mind you, Haaland lost, and his team, his Norwegian team lost to Czech Republic, and he looked underwhelming. I heard he's carrying an injury. So this might even be the best time to actually face Manchester City when most of the team and their team members are in disarray. Haaland looks injured. Kevin De Bruyne, they said, is injured. Kyle Walker is in, looking good. John Stones hobbled off. Their defense is looking a shambles even before this injury that they had. And their midfield, with Kevin De Bruyne giving the ball away all the time. Rodri, the amount of games he's played this season, I just don't think that they would have enough in the tank to just be at 100% come Sunday. I don't think so. I don't see it.
Is Edison injured as well? I swear he went off against Liverpool, if I remember correctly.
Bro, I think so. I think he's out. He's gonna be out for 1 month from that day. So I'm not really sure if he's back. Yeah, no, I don't think he's back. But again, that's not a problem because Ortega is a decent.
No, Ortega's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a decent one. So
he's been proving it as well.
He's been proving it as well, and he's a loyal servant because, of course, a goalkeeper of his skills, he could decide to go and walk into any team right now, and he will fight for that number one position in any team. He walks straight into some teams: Barcelona, Real Madrid. You could even say Arsenal because he's a winner.
He can come to Arsenal.
It's a Champions League. Come on, man. Multiple Premiership. What are we talking about? So I don't know, man. I don't know. So, guys, big week ahead of us, Bayern Munich, Luton. Bro, but see, in this title run-in, I really do feel like Arsenal have the hardest run-in in this.
We do. I've seen the fixtures. I was like, whoa. But by the end of the day, man, if we're gonna win it, we're winning it the hard way. And if we win it, we would have deserved to win it. Because look at that running. You know what I mean? Like, if we was to get over the line, then big respect to the team and Arteta, man. Literally, no one could say nothing if we get over the line. So,
guys, let's get to the predictions and let's go home, man. See, Andrew Bell is the same as my channel, 20 O'Clock Gunner TV. Just check it out there. You would see me, man. Predictions for the game, I'll start with you, Lion Tech.
You know what? I'm going to be positive. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think we can just about nick it. And I'd love for that to happen. So it's more in hope than expectation. But I'm going to go 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah.
Wizard, do you have enough chest?
I'm going 1-0.
Do you have enough cojones for this?
I'm going 1-0. 1-0 Arsenal. 1-0 Arsenal, man.
Oh, small chest.
Small chest.
Yeah.
Oh, Mama Flossie, big up to you. She says, Andy Bell, his Twitter link is at the bottom of the page. Yeah, definitely, Mama Flossie. Mama Flossie, big ups to you. How are you doing? I think Arsenal will win that game. It's going to be a big struggle, Arsenal win that game by 2-1. And again, I think these boys will be fired up because if you don't win in this matchup, man, see, this is the best time to actually go down there and beat City.
But wouldn't it be great if Brighton could draw with Liverpool as well?
Yeah, ain't that the game before us?
It's the game before us,
isn't it? Yeah. So that would be nice.
Out of that game, that would be fantastic, man.
But come on, man, it's at Anfield, the slaughterhouse. So I don't think we should even be thinking about any goods down there, man.
I hear you, but stranger things have happened, man.
Listen, it can happen, man.
Stranger things
can happen, man.
It can happen.
Remember, last 10 games, it's nerves, and remember the midfield that they had before, they ain't got that experienced midfield. You know what I mean?
Bro, let's not talk up Liverpool as if they've not been. Bro, they've been there, they've done that. They're the ones.
Yeah, but not with
for the title, man.
Not with that new midfield, not with Gakpo, not with.
I know, but at the start of the season, who put them up there?
McAllister as well.
McAllister, right now. I don't know about this time of the season, Tony. They don't know, Tony. You ain't got the answers, Tony. You ain't got the answers.
You ain't got the answers. But see, man, I don't know, man. I'm an Arsenal fan. I want them to flop. But again, it's easy for us to say they have an entirely new midfield. But if they have an entirely new midfield, what are they doing right now challenging for the title? So we can't just say in one breath they can't do it. I agree with you. Pressure will catch up to them. But
I agree.
And in another breath, say that, you know,
like I said, T, everything that's happened
business
in the past. Everything that's happened is in the past now.
But this is like the crunch time of the season.
Yeah, last 10 games on your marks, get set,
go.
Whoa,
I get that,
literally,
man. I get that. See, it's a must. We have to go and win this match, man. We have to go and win. Because we all know that City will absolutely dismantle all this other team. I saw their fixtures to the title running. Man, easy clubs. They will absolutely blitz those teams easy. In fact, Arsenal is the only loggerhead team down there. Aston Villa, do you think Aston Villa will hold them off? I don't think so.
Villa's going to turn up. You never know what Villa's going to turn up.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You just don't know, isn't it?
Could be like Ollie Watkins hat trick. We don't know. Like we don't.
You don't know which one is gonna turn up. Okay, good and okay. I hear you if you say Tottenham Hotspurs, but we also have Tottenham Hotspurs, and Tottenham Hotspurs will rather put kids. Yeah, they would rather put kids against Manchester City, and then put the men, against us. Well, they're fiercest rivals. They don't want us to win anything. So if you're saying that they have Tottenham Hotspurs, well,
we do
Spurs
too.
will just do us dirty.
We do as well.
Yeah, they'll just exactly. So we have Tottenham as well. So who else? Other teams are gonna blitz all those teams. Arsenal still have Tottenham Hotspurs. We still have Wolves, guys. We still have Wolves. We still have Everton. Bro, relegation battle.
It's the worst time to face them teams as well, Literally, it's the worst time to face them teams. Trust me, man.
Oh, it's the worst time. It's the worst time. See, after the game against City, we have Luton. Relegation scrap. They're gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready. So all these teams, we still have Aston Villa. We have all these tough teams, man. So I don't know. We have to go win this game. See, guys, we've come to the end of the show. See, Lantech, please, I hope you will be in the watch along with me, man.
I'll let you know. Still, I'll let you know beforehand. I don't know what's going to happen yet, but I'll let you know. I'll definitely keep in touch.
Yeah, sure, man. Sure, man. Shout out your channel, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be back, man. Thanks for having me again, Tony. As always, Whistler as well. The ones there, subscribe to Lion Text TV on YouTube. We made one or two few changes to the channel. Big up Drew Gunners for making my new logo. If you're in the chat, big up yourself as well. Yeah, he's
That's
the
a
guy
real,
still.
that's a real one.
Yeah, man.
That's a real one.
Yeah,
man.
just Lion Text TV, Lion Text on TikTok, Instagram. So yeah, just follow me, man.
Yeah, sure, man. Foundation TV, Wizard, my brother, man. Thanks, man. I knew you had to rush up from, from work and, pop in, man. Thanks, man. And big love, man. Thanks.
No
Yeah, talk
problem.
to these
No
people, man.
problem.
Where
But
can they find
catch
you? Yeah?
me, Fan Nation TV, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah, man.
Good content, man.
See ya, guys. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
On Sunday, we have to win. We have to win.
Uh,
From me,
have to, man.
Big Wiz, and Lantech TV, we are out, guys. I'll be at Sarcasm TV this morning, early in the morning. It's Easter, so I can now do lots of streams for some time now. So I'll be with Sarcasm TV, Flawless. The Manchester United fan will be talking about this Maino guy being, being world class and being, generational. I'm gonna talk to Flawless, today, and see if I can clip him, and see if I can clip him. So in the next 2-3 years,
I wonder what
Maino,
he's got to say about that Flawless.
exactly, man. I'll be with them this morning. Yeah, I think 12 a.m. UK time. So come check us out. And on Friday, that's tomorrow, I'll be with Bands down here. We'll be talking about the Man City matchup. So, big up to everyone. And from me, Lantech, and my brother, Fan Nation TV Wizard, we are out.